Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Let's get started. 5:30 on the dot. Here we go. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out here. Hey, how's it going? It's so good to be on this part of the island. Konawaena, Wildcats, everything. But thanks for dedicating your time to come out and spend the evening with our county administration. So without any further ado, I know you guys didn't come to hear me talk, so what I'll do is I'll introduce Mayor Kea'au Alameda.
Test 1, 2. All right. Wow. Finally, we get to come to South Kona. Oh, my goodness. What an awesome turnout. Good deal. So what I'll do is, let me just say that it's been an awesome 4 months. All right, we're only in it for 4 months, and I feel like we've done more than some administration has done in 4 years. Give me some now. No, I got to tell you, we have a really good team. Okay, they all work together. They talk stories with each other. They problem solve together. We just so happen, sometimes when you put together teams, I'm a sports guy, and sometimes the chemistry the things just work. And so far, so good. So we've met the first time cabinet meeting, and I asked them, give me 3 things that you can do in the next 100 days. So 20 departments, they'll give me 3 things, so that's 60 things. I added 40. So we had 100 things in 100 days. About 2 weeks ago, we hit our 100-day mark, and we completed 87 of the 100 things. So that's really good. So the school I went, that's B+. That's B+. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll have them introduce themselves, and then we'll open it up from questions. So questions, I'll do it like this. I'll go from here, and then I'll just work my way down. So if I pass you, no worry, I'm gonna come back, but I'm gonna go all the way to the end, and then and usually in these forums we can go 2 times, then I go again. Okay, we're not gonna get every question, because sometimes in forums like this, what I realize is like some of you guys get questions, but most of you guys get statements. You get opinions and you just want to air it. So my thing is, hey, if it's on statement, just say I get on statement. Then at least I know, if it's on question, then I get on question. And here's the deal, you cannot ask a second question until everybody else get one chance for ask their first question. That's only fair, huh? We don't like one person dominating the whole cafeteria, you know what I mean? Okay, so that's the simple rules right there. We're gonna go about 1 hour, and then we're gonna spend the 30 minutes. After that, you can talk to any of these directors one-on-one. So if you get a Parks and Recreation question, maybe one gym, a field, the beaches, or then you talk to Clayton Hanma. Maybe you get a question about fire or police. Right, so maybe you don't ask the question if I'm in a large group. But you're going to get half an hour for ask your questions to whoever, maybe it's me. So that's how it's going to work. We're going to go for 1 hour straight, and then half hour you got these guys. So let us introduce our panel. Take it away, Chief Ben.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ben Moskowitz, and I am the Chief of Police.
Good evening, everybody. Diane Nakagawa, Finance Department. I have Malia Kekai, our Deputy Finance Director, and Lisa Mura, our Real Property Tax Administrator.
Good evening, everyone. Renee Shom, Corporation Counsel.
Hi, everybody. Dennis Lin, Deputy Director for Research and Development.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Benson Medina. I'm the Director of Research and Development.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Koviko Uehara, Deputy at the Department of Water Supply.
Aloha, everyone. My name is Jeff Darrow with the Planning Department.
Hi, I'm Michelle An, also with the Planning Department.
Aloha, I'm Kea'au Costa, Housing Administrator.
Good evening, Neo Azevedo, Acting Public Works Acting Director, for Public Works.
Aloha, Merrick Nishimoto, Deputy Managing Director, representing Mayor Kea'au Alameda in the West Hawaii Civic Center. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Matt Runnels, Administrator for Animal Control. With me tonight is Sharice Emmons from the Kona facility.
Good evening, aloha. I am Talmadge Magno, your Civil Defense Administrator.
Craig Kawaguchi, Deputy Director, Environmental Management.
Good evening, everyone. Corey Stone, Department of Information Technology.
Hi, everyone. I'm Casey Keaʻau. I am the Transit Program Manager for Mass Transit.
Hi, everyone. Clayton Honma, Director, Parks and Recreations. And with us tonight, I have James Komata, our Parks Planner, Jay Dempsey from Parks Maintenance, James Nishimura from Recreation.
Melissa Samora, Deputy Director, his better half in the office.
And again, me again, Bill Brahante, Managing Director.
All right, that's our team. So this is our ninth. I'm gonna talk kind of loud because when I went back there, kind of hard to hear because of the Hilo rain. No, we brought the rain. No. So we're gonna if I'm too loud, just let me know. I'll make it softer. But so Bill Brahante is my managing director. So when I was looking for assistant coaches, I wanted to make sure that, because I'm a psychologist, right? And I'm an attorney. Bill's an attorney, right? I've never worked in the county longer than Bill has worked in the county under 8 mayors. So he brings a lot of institutional knowledge. So our team, we're pulling from the best of every administration. That's how we work in this administration. And so that's Bill. And then Merrick, and Bill is on the east side. Merrick is our Konawaena boy, born and raised, and he giving us the engineering background because he's an engineer, but he also understands the west side, especially South Kona. So he's always making sure we get geographic equity, that not all the services going to go Hilo, or, you know what I mean, all the programs going to be on the east side. So thank you, Merrick. Give a big round of applause because he's your champion. All right, so we're going to hit up questions. We're going to start from here. Question or statement, and then I'll repeat your question so everybody can hear, and I'll repeat it loud. So anybody here, just raise your hand. Yes, Felicia. Okay, here's the question. So south side, it goes from, I like to say like Volcano all the way to Kea'au, Na'alehu, Waihinu, Discovery Harbor, Ocean View, Miloli'i, all the way here, and it go all the way to Tashima's. So that's District 6. So the county council person is Galimba, Michelle Galimba. Is she here today? Thank you, Michelle, for being here. Hey, we might give you one chair up, extra chair up here so you can help us. So if you get questions, come, Michelle. Become part of the team. Right there. Right next to Corey Stone from Honokaʻa. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, so Ocean View, that's a good question, right? So when are there going to be reservoirs in Ocean View? Because for water, yeah? All right, Waterman. Take it away.
So just to make sure I'm clear, the question is, are there going to be more reservoirs? Right now we're limited on the supply, the source of the water, and we're limited at how much we can pump out of the aquifer. There's not a lot of recharge in the aquifer, so the state has told us how much we can pump. So that's why what's the limiting factor there. So we're set at the 300,000 gallon reservoir right now.
You have a follow-up? Okay, the question is, what is the process to build more?
So anytime we look at developing a water system, it's going to involve a source development, storage development, and waterline transmission. So we need to have all of those and be able to do that in a financially feasible manner. So that's a big undertaking. We have had that question a lot, and it's something that we continue to look into. So we can discuss a little bit more afterwards.
Thank you, Felicia. Great question. Working my way Raise your hand. Here. I got you. Okay, go. Okay, good question. Okay, this question is for, so research and development is kind of our economic development arm. Research and development. So that's Benson. So question, Benson, tell us about, what's your name again? Oh, Cheryl. Yeah, Shay. She said, what are we doing about our arts, the arts, creative arts, any arts in particular? Music, film, music and film. Take it away.
All right. So last month, actually on the 28th of March, we had our first Creative Arts Summit over in Hilo. And we had over like 100 people attended it. And, creative arts people are guys that just, work in their basements, they're at home, they work on the internet. So it's hard to identify who these guys are, but they all came out and we were able to identify them. And what we found is we have a really talented group of people on this island. Artists, musicians, filmmakers, poets, storytellers. And so we have now, with the help of Councilwoman Kirkowitz, we're going to advance that now and do more and more work in the creative arts because we feel like the people are here. Actually, later next month, there's going to have a songwriters contest, songwriters festival up at Hapuna. And so that's an annual thing. So if you're a creative person, there's a place for you here on Hawaii Island, and there's resources and opportunities for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Benson. Working our way down. Sir, you had, go. Oh, go. Oh, this is your staff? Awesome. Okay, here's the question. So Ray asked, right. So this is what Ray asked. He asked if our administration, me in particular, would sit down with Ray and his staff to talk about a daycare for children. Yes. All right. So you probably want to sit with me and Jeff. Okay. That's an easy one. Yes, we can. We're an administration of yes. Okay, working our way here. Working our way. Okay, go. Oh, wait, I missed somebody. Oh, you, sir, Ted. Okay. I got it. So Ted asked, so there's somebody in his neighborhood going around putting speed bumps, unauthorized, on his own, putting speed bumps, vandalizing signs, making the direction go the other way. Chief Ben or Neil. So what do you think, Neil?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's on Stardust. Yeah, it's a private road. Go show me after. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So if we find out that's illegal, then we'll send it to Chief Ben, but we didn't get there yet. So please make sure, Ted, you talk to Neil after that. And if that doesn't sound cool, so I see Michelle. Michelle, take it away.
So we met with the planning commissioners,
Mm-hmm.
and I met with them for 8 months.
Yeah.
And none of them honored the people that were there
Right.
that weren't in wanting the general plan to go through. And then I met with you for an hour.
Right.
Thank you for that time.
Yes.
Do you still feel with that stack of information I gave you, do you still feel that we're conspiracy theorists? And are you not going to sign off on that general plan and let
Right.
us help redo it?
Right. Let me share this. So Michelle's an author. She wrote some books, best-selling books, super smart. She came to me and she said, Kimo, the general plan, I feel uncomfortable. Like not just her, but a lot of people feel uncomfortable. Right. And then when we presented it, not one person supported it from their perspective. They were there. So she asked me, Kimo, can you look at it? Take a real serious look at it. Look at all of the research that they provided. There's some language in there that might not fit Hawaii's needs. There's a lot of climate change language in there. So there's a lot of issues with it. And I thought they did a really good job. Right. 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 So there's a lot of folks against the plan. So I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at all the research you guys provided, and you have some legitimate claims. So I appreciate you guys coming to me and sharing it, because now I put a pause on it. Yes, I put a pause on it. So, because it's worth my due diligence to do a good job, because at the end of the day, it's going to be under my administration. So I want to make sure that I address all of your concerns and needs. We may not agree, and we may agree to disagree, but at least I give you a fair shot. Yeah. Okay. A different question. Go.
I have a petition, 630 signatures, asking stop development, start focusing on resources. In the petition, it has proven news articles of water restrictions. We're having water issues on Island. We have power outages.
Stop development. Water.
Yes, and we need to focus on that. And then, yeah, so 660.
Okay. Right, right. Okay, so this is a statement. What's your name again? Rebecca's making a statement. She said, stop development because we don't have the infrastructure and we don't have the resources. So we need to focus on the resources and the infrastructure first before we approve any more development. Because there's already been a lot of approvals already. Okay. Right, right. Okay. Right, right. So what Rebecca is saying, she's making a statement. She said nobody knows the future of development because so when developers come, we approve development, but that don't mean that they're going to build tomorrow, right? Sometimes 5 years, 10 years. So, they go planning commission, they have a project, planning commission pass, they go county council, they pass it. So what you're concerned about, what Rebecca's concerned about is maybe we get all these projects that really didn't start yet, but if they all start together at the same time, she said, we're going to be in trouble. I hear you. I hear you. Do you feel heard? I heard you. You're welcome. All right, working there. Go. Oh, go. Guardrails. Okay, what's the question? So no, we need guardrails. Okay, Neil, question for you. Or Wesley, I don't know. Guardrails. So how many of you guys feel we need guardrails? Like you might fall off the road or something. Okay, from Choice Smart to Honokaʻa Post Office. Choice Smart to Honokaʻa Post Office. Guardrails. Your thoughts, Neil?
That's a state highway. For state highways? Yeah.
We can.
We'll contact them. Let them know. I drove it. Yeah.
All right, Diana, we got you. So what we can do is we can get us your name, number. I call Josh Green. I say, hey, Governor, can you please put some guardrails so Diana don't keep bothering us for these guardrails? Okay, working my way up. Yes, ma'am. You gonna give me back? Okay, go, Leslie.
Withdrawals yet.
She asked if I'm over my Mary Monarch withdrawals. I love the Mary Monarch. I miss it. Claudia, go.
But there's several of us here today to advocate for Konawaena Pool. There's a lot of us, and we care very much about it because that's where we get our exercise. I noticed when you started, you described District 6. We're the only pool in District 6. and we're only being allotted a half-time lifeguard, which is not enough. We need to be open not just on the weekdays, but also on the weekends, because that's when local families can come with their children. Yeah, it's a really important issue for us.
Okay, hey, Konawaena Pool, raise your hand if that's your question. Oh boy, okay. Okay, wait. Okay, hold on, one thing at a time. One. Okay, I got you. Okay, the pool, so here's the deal. So, hey, we get the Pahala pool, we get Lapuahoi pool, we get Kohala, get one pool, but Konawaena get one pool. Is that at Konawaena High School? So how come the county, I always wonder why the county is in charge of one DOE high school pool. No? Always the county. I gotta talk to Mr. Josh Green over here. Where is he? No, but hey, so tell us about the Konawaena pool, Clayton.
Yeah, so thank you for the question. And we're getting challenges all over the place. We're heavy into recruitment for the positions. We're also looking to, possibly add another full-time position there. But we gotta have some discussions with not only the mayor and the council member, but amongst ourselves with that. The other thing is that we're looking at to extending some of the hours at the pool is we're working on not just having the 2 lifeguard requirement all of the time, but working with the clubs and the coaches, to come and work with our lifeguards into watching the pool and having eyes on the pool and the swimmers there. So a couple things we're working on in that regards.
Thank you, Clayton. And we are increasing our lifeguard capacity. Can you tell us about the lifeguards? A lot of them just finished the certification. Melissa, lifeguards? So, right now everybody, put your hands together for Chief Kazuo Todd, everybody. Right on, Fire Chief.
That's for the summer program. The additional position is for the summer program.
Oh, okay. So we have a summer program. Yeah. We have additional positions for lifeguards in those programs too. And maybe we can take them and possibly move it over to permanent positions. So we're considering that. Okay, I was over here. Armando.
Yes, first I wanted to thank Police Chief Ben and Merrick for having an open door. And I'm the founder of Aloha Latinos. And as you probably know, good afternoon and thank you everybody. And I wanted to give a special thanks to Merrick and Police Chief Ben and Michelle Galimba. I'm the founder of Aloha Latinos, and if you've probably seen on the news, ICE has been coming in and, doing raids, breaking civil rights and, putting fear in our community. And I just want to thank them for having an open door. And I just want to ask you, do you ever think your police officers are going to be immigration officers?
That's a great question, Armando. The question is, are our police officers going to turn into immigration officers? Chief Ben.
Thank you, Armando. It's great to see you. So the short answer is the Hawaii Police Department has not, does not, and will not conduct immigration enforcement. We don't have the authority to, we don't have the training or resources to. Regardless of what anyone instructs us to do, they can't force us to accept Title VIII authority, which is what would be required for our officers to conduct federal law enforcement immigration stuff. So even with the executive order that's just come out, our stance, as long as I'm the chief, we're not going to do immigration enforcement.
Thank you. Okay, working our way. Oh, wait, I'm not, can I backtrack? Wait, working our way. Okay, there, go. Come around. Yes. 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 Thank you. Yes. Me too. Okay. Jackie, how you say your name? Jackie. So Jackie's asking for, and Jim, me too. That was one of my goals. So if you guys go down to Scenic Park, you're gonna see we just restored the parking. Okay, so now once they drop the chain, which is like tomorrow or the day after, You have over 80 parking stalls right there. That's why I said this is only in 4 months now. The other administration could have done that. People parking on the hills in other people's yards. What's up with that? It's a safety issue. So first we get the park, and then I got my eyes on a multi-purpose play court right there. Right there. And we're going to have the Avas, they're going to oversee them. Okay. No. Okay, we're working our way down. Working our way down, working our way down. Okay, I'm going to come back this way. Oh, wait, right there, sir, go. Yeah.
I had a question for you about the intersection of Wailua Road and Kuakini Highway. You're down near Pottery Terrace,
okay,
where Luna Pule is at. It always seems like a pretty dangerous intersection.
Yeah, try that one faster. Okay, one more time with Neil.
Can you hear me okay? Yes, I was curious. There's this intersection down where Wailua Road crosses Kuakini Highway. It's right at Pottery Terrace. And Luna Pule's road's there, right there as well. And there's a lot of, just seems real dangerous. And I didn't know if anybody was looking at it.
Neil, you heard that? Merrick. Luna Pule and Wailua and Kuakini. Kind of dangerous. So we'll take a look at that. Yeah, for sure. Okay, working our way back this way now. I just come back this way. Sir, Pete, go ahead.
My name is Pete. I'm from Waikōloa Village, and I have been waiting for 2 years for a permit for a wall. And I'm wondering, is that too long?
Okay, oh. Hey, Pete's been waiting 2 years for a wall, a permit. He's been waiting for a permit for a wall for 2 years. Just a wall. Not the wall of China or, okay, just one wall. All right. Who would that go to? Jeff? No? Oh, Neil. Oh, Neil, you're the most popular guy tonight.
So you're waiting for your permit 2 years?
2 years. Well, in 1 month it'll be 2 years.
Okay.
Is that a long time or is that a short time?
It's too long.
Yeah, too long.
Okay. So I'll talk to you after. Give me your permit number, everything. Okay. Give me whatever you got. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we're trying to speed up the permits. That's our job, right? If we keep making you guys wait, because time is money. Every time you're waiting for the permit, you're paying somebody, interest rate, something. You only can ask your second question until everybody get a chance for ask their first question. Yes, go. Nalani.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay, so my question is directed towards water.
Okay.
And the digging of new wells, my concern is the dilution of the present systems because we have permits, we have developments that are coming online that are going to be sucking water.
Okay. Hey, water question. So Nalani is concerned about the new wells. Or there going to be new wells? And kind of like, could you just share? Go ahead.
I guess my concern is with the development that's coming online, we need more water for that development. I of the understanding that possibly you're looking to drill more wells. My concern is if the wells are not of top quality, are you going to dilute our good wells to make that water serviceable for the county?
Great question. Go ahead.
Okay, so for, I guess the water quantity question, the drilling of more wells, as I mentioned before, whenever we look at new development, we do have certain availabilities in our water system for water quantity. When there is need to develop new sources, that does involve a lot more. That's when the State Water Commission gets involved on regulating where the wells are drilled. Fortunately, for this side of the island, when you go Mauka of Māmalahoa Highway, the water wells up there are really high quality. There's low chlorides. It's like, you know, fed by the rain, basically, rainwater. So it's really good. As far as diluting, when we talk about North Kona side, some of you may be familiar with Kahalu Shaft, and that is one of the sources. It's a basal source with higher chlorides. And we are actually trying to reduce our use of that source. And thereby, there is in our master plans to develop new of the higher level Mauka sources. And that's on our side. That's our Department of Water Supply's plans. When you talk about developers, that's where they come in and have to talk to us. We have to look at what their needs are, what we can accommodate. But there's always this back and forth between us and the developers. But our mission is to serve the community. So we're always looking out for the community's best interests in whatever negotiations are done. But if you have any more questions, we can talk afterwards.
Okay, thank you, Nalani. Making our way back there, go. Okay, question. Yes. I know. So Claudia said, what's up with the whole cesspool conversion? You know, we got to go from cesspool to septic, and that going to cost money, and how we're going to do that, and how we're going to meet the mandate and everything. Wesley.
Oh, man, you're right. The state put an order in, and they requiring everyone to convert from cesspools to either individual wastewater systems or connect to our treatment plant. And we got 25 years to do that. It's a mandate for all of us, unfortunately. Cost money, takai. Yeah.
So let me just share this. So thank you, Wesley. So we're going to DC, Bill and I, and we're going to talk to the feds, and we're going to ask them, you're giving us one federal mandate without dollars. Basically, it's an unfunded mandate. What do you expect us? We cannot expect homeowners to just cough up $20,000 all of a sudden. And plus, today we met with County Council member Rebecca Velagas on Ke'au. Ke'au, you know, they're concerned that the wastewater is like, they put the dye in the toilet, they flush the toilet, they go right in the ocean, 4 hours, right in the ocean, so they're concerned. So we talked about the septic system, and what we're finding is some septic systems doesn't work. It depends where you put the septic system. So we have a cesspool conversion task force, and I invited a representative from Washington, D.C. to sit on the task force. And we had our first meeting, Laura Acasio. By the way, Laura's our Office of Sustainability. Laura Acasio, everybody. Thank you. So thanks for being here. So when it comes to that issue, it's going to be a big one. Would you like to say anything about it? Cesspool conversion.
That actually did come up on multiple meetings today as well, looking for funding. Of course, we know that the funding landscape is completely changing as far as that goes, but I think what's top on our mind from both state level, county level, is not to put that burden on homeowners, especially since many folks are on fixed income, and if you do own homes, that fixed income is not necessarily going to cover the cost. So looking at all kinds of different avenues to cover that conversion, but I think bottom line, it does come back to pushing back around an unfunded mandate.
Right. So true story. So the coastal areas, I get it. So Puako, Ka'aluu, but as you go Mauka, the natural filtration, Mother Earth might do the job, but we'll see. The verdict's not out yet. I get Horace. Go ahead.
Statement. Question.
Okay, go. I just ask him.
I'm talking about two administrations ago.
Okay.
Hilo, Honokaʻa,
Yeah.
Kona.
Okay.
Last week, new arenas, rodeo arenas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's one difference between Hilo, Kona.
Okay.
Kona, arena, the material in the arena is 100% gravel.
Oh, okay. So here's a question for our rodeo, all our rodeo enthusiasts who like, we get 3 arenas. Okay, so Clayton, I don't know if you're going to remember this, but this is 2 administrations ago. So that would be the Roth administration, the Kim administration. So probably was the Kim or maybe Mayor Kinoy administration probably. Okay, go, ask your question.
Well, my question is, can that gravel be replaced and to cinder? Because falling down.
Okay, right. So Clayton, I don't know if you know, but they put gravel instead of cinder. So that's how they started off with gravel, yeah? So the question is, can we replace it with cinder, so that when you fall, not as sore. Just like Hilo and Honokaʻa.
We can fill that arena with the cinder that you asking for. So definitely, we'll talk story after this, but we'll look to fill it with cinder.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Yes. You probably gonna take out the gravel and replace them with cinder, eh?
We can work with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and pack them. Oh, good that you come to this meeting. Okay, wait, I gotta go back. I gotta start from the start over here. Okay, we got about 20 more minutes. Okay, back there. I gotta go back there. Hudson. I got you, Hudson. What's your question? Or statement here?
Oh. When is the county gonna take away the septic permit? The DOH requires one and the county used to not have one, and now they require it, and it makes putting in a septic that much harder.
Okay, the question was, when is the county, so Department of Health requires the septic, and then the county all of a sudden requires it too?
The Department of Health requires a permit for septic.
Yeah.
The county used to not, then they installed a permit for septic,
Oh.
and it makes it that much harder.
Okay, so Jeff, what Hudson is saying is that the Department of Health used to require the permit for a septic, and the county never need permit. But now you got to get the state permit for septic, and you got to get a county permit for septic. Is that true? Is that your question? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Neil.
sure, but we'll look into that tomorrow, and I'll get back to you tomorrow. Okay? We only need one permit. Okay? Thank you. I'll double check with that.
Yeah, thanks, Neil. Supposed to only need one permit, so we'll look into that. Okay, working my way. Yes, Bridget.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm here with Kainaliu Town, which is a special town just right down the road, and we have this beautiful bathroom that's been there for decades, and we got the cesspool, talking about septic, put in 4 years ago. The county got fined because it wasn't put in, so we paid the fine, and then they redid it in 2020. Beautiful bathroom, and hasn't been open in 4 years. Now we were talking with the last administration, but the ball kind of got dropped a few times for different reasons, and we would love to see for the town to get the bathroom open.
Kainaliu, eh?
Kainaliu.
Kainaliu, Merrick, that bathroom. It's been closed for forever. Is there any? She said the prior administration, they was going to open them, the septic system not working. Kainaliu.
Well, sorry, I know where the bathroom is, and I'm sorry, you said it's closed because of septic system issues?
No, it was converted, but since then it has not been opened, and we were given a lot of different reasons why it couldn't be opened. So we're hoping we could get it open.
May I get your name and number afterwards, look into it, and we'll try and figure it out?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, that's what I noticed. I noticed there's a lot of bathrooms that is, so Wahino, we got to fix that bathroom. So you get, there's so much places, old A's, all the bathrooms broken. We need 4 bathrooms in old A's. Okay, so in our proposal, I get like 8 bathrooms that I want done before my 4 years. Because like using the bathroom should be like on basic human right. Like air, water, and I gotta go bathroom. Okay, so we're working on that. Thank you. Wait, somebody had one before I work my way down. Okay, back there, go.
Years ago, the county council passed an ordinance saying that non-dedicated ag was going to be done away with, and we all have to apply as a commercial kind of thing. There's a lot of ag land that should not be developed, and this is going to force people into doing it.
I got you.
For example, if you go down Napapo Road.
Yeah. I got you about the new bill. So this is about the new bill, the non-dedicated ag exemption. So there's some concerns about it. So if you had your way, would you repeal it or would you keep it? Okay, so she's making a statement. She said that new non-dedicated ag bill is causing a lot of problems for the everyday rancher, because the new bill requires a business plan, and what she's saying is that sometimes we raise cattle, or sometimes it's for our own consumption. And so it's making it, yeah, so it's going to make it difficult. So she's actually making a statement. If she had a choice, she would repeal it. Does anybody on the team would want to respond to that question? Miss Galimba, give him the mic. Here's a rancher. Go ahead.
Hi there. Yes. So, even though it sounds like you have to have a business plan, it's not. It's just a farm plan. It is 3 pages. You know, just a picture of your rent, your farm, some basic information. We can talk about it some more if you want to. Yeah. So the thing about the agricultural tax program is it's a tax reduction. So you don't have to pay as much taxes if you do agriculture. So it's a sort of a give and take. If you do agriculture, we want to give you a tax break. And if you're not doing agriculture, then there isn't really a case for that tax break. There are other programs where you could get a tax break for native forests or bringing in, so there are other forms of tax break. You don't necessarily have to do that particular program.
That's a good concern, though, that the whole ag issue. Well, we can talk more after. That's why we leave. That's why we get half an hour after for clarify. Yes, John. What's up with that? Oh, John. As soon as I went to shake John's hand, it was all electrifying. Okay, John.
We got a problem with the bikers and the pedestrians up Malta. Okay. Particularly not road.
Okay, why you concerned that they on the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so what? There's a concern over here. I don't know. Maybe the police can answer this one, but so up Mauka, you get all these bikers, you know, and don't really have the bike lane, so they're on the road, and it's very concerning. Somebody gonna get hurt. I don't know. Your thoughts on that, Chief?
So a bicyclist is entitled to the same use of a lane as a car. The county council last year or the year before passed a bill where they can designate certain areas off limits to like commercial bicycle tours. So if it's a commercial bicycle tour business that's causing the disruption, then my suggestion would be talk to county council person and have them put that area on the bill, and then we could take a look at it and prevent the businesses from working up there if that's the case.
Yes, follow-up question, John. Quick.
Also a minimum speed rule.
Oh yeah, they're not complying with the minimum speed. Oh, hey, he asked the question, is there a minimum speed for bikes? Is there a minimum speed for cars?
Not necessarily, unless one is posted. If sometimes there will be a maximum and minimum speed posted, but on rural areas, on residential streets, and in country areas, there's not a minimum speed posted.
I didn't know that. I learned something tonight. I thought there was a minimum speed, like you have to drive, a minimum speed. But if it's not posted, then you can drive as slow as you like, I guess. Okay. Yes, over here. Go. Okay, hey, question on, so the roads is all, so Renette's question is, how can we continually work on the roads? So some of these roads are state roads, but I gotta tell you, we get the best road guy in the state. Mr. Azevedo works every single day to make sure that somebody's road getting paved and repaved. Where are we paving right now?
Right now, actually, we pave not in Kona. Next week will be Kona Honanao Rodeo Arena. We'll be paving that road connecting from the top Penny Church Road down to Kea'au, Keawe. Then after that will be Kohala.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Okay, I got a question. The actual question was about the traffic. Get plenty of traffic all over the island. Might going back to you guys' point. So how are we going to fix the traffic? Is there any bypass solutions or for Kona? Anybody? Where's Merrick? Oh, Merrick, you might go to engineer Kona. Tell us, where is the bottlenecks in Kona? Traffic. Go right there. And then what is your suggestion for help fix that bottleneck? Okay, go.
So I think a lot of us realize that the main bottlenecks are down by like Laco Street in that area. Part of the challenge is the main thoroughfare in that area is state-owned. That's not to say that we are not in talks with that. We have been in talks with Ed Sniffen. One of the older remedies or one of the ways that we thought we wanted to fix that area was to widen it into additional lanes. So the challenge with that is it's going to require eminent domain. It's going to require taking of some homes. So the newer model is instead of 4 lanes, the state might look into possibly doing 3 lanes, which is a cheaper option. But even that is such a long-term solution. It's not going to help us right away. So I apologize, but we do know about it. It's a state issue, and we're trying our best. What's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. Yep. Yeah.
Right, gotcha. Question on the... Okay, right now, this man's question was, okay, we get on housing crisis, right? So right now we only can build 2 homes on 1 acre, or you get 7 acres and you only can build 2 homes. Right. 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 Yeah. So he lives on 7 acres. This land's been passed down from King Kamehameha days. He's native Hawaiian, right? He get plenty of Hawaiian families that need houses. He gets 7 acres. Only can build 2 homes. He like build more homes for his children or for his family. How come? Right, aunties, uncles, whatever. What is the restriction on that, Jeff?
Thank you for the question, Jeff from the Planning Department. So this is a common question that we get in our meetings around the island. A lot of kapuna own land, and a lot of it is within the state land use agricultural district as well as the county ag zoning district. And so what happens is those dwellings are considered farm dwellings. And so they have to be connected to farming. There's a process to go about it. 7 acres is quite a bit of land. If you only have 2 houses on there now, you probably would be able to come in and build 1, maybe 2 more. But again, it has to be connected to agriculture. The problem with that is that, and this is what happens later on down the line, you end up building the houses for your children and their children, but it's 4 houses on 1 property. They cannot own their own piece of property. So they can live in the house, they can even own the house, but they cannot have the separate ownership because of the zoning of the particular property. What I can do is meet with you after and get more specific information in regards to your situation and see what we can do.
Justin. Thank you, Jeff. Justin.
You're the mayor of actually one of the largest counties that doesn't have a Department of Education.
Yeah.
We have this unique situation.
Okay.
So a lot of times the mayors
Right.
education.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Right. Okay. So so the question is, so Justin said in some municipalities, the county is actually in charge of education, but in Hawaii, we're not. So, you know, when they ask us about education, we always defer and we said, oh, you know, that's the state's kuleana. And so he's asking us, what can we do to get involved with education? So I like turn him over to Benson, because we are focusing on education and we're starting at the preschool level. So talk about daycare. We want a preschool program, right? Benson.
Yeah, so we have a early childhood education program that comes under my unit. And what they're doing now is looking at locations around the island to start either preschools, certainly areas like the hotels. They not only need preschools, but they need daycare as well. I mean, the county needs daycare. So that part of early childhood education is just a part of the tip of the iceberg, because when you consider that, then it's about daycare, it's about affordable housing, it's about workforce development. So all of that stuff is really connected to early childhood education and in daycare. So it is part of my department. We do pursue that. We do have currently programs going in Waimea and Pahoa at the moment. But we're coming around the island. Part of the mayor's agenda is geographical equity, so we'll be here at some point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we're working our way back. We only got about 5 more minutes. Ken, and then I got you after. Go, Ken.
My neighbor bought his house about almost 20 years ago. 5 years ago, there was an anonymous complaint about an auxiliary structure on the property. The county lost the records of the permits for that, and the county's enforcement side has been harassing him about that now for 5 years. He says it's like dealing with the mafia.
So that's a statement. So what's your question? Or
well, we've talked to everybody from the mayor on down, and all he gets is shrugged shoulders and more harassment from the enforcement side, and inspectors that never show up.
So he's making a suggestion that we gotta do better, and so please share that with Jeff, and he'll get the specifics on that. Okay, you had yes.
There's been an increasing number of dog attacks on people. Some have been so notorious it's made statewide news, some resulting in death. A lot of people are scared to walk in their own neighborhoods. What can your administration do to make dog owners more responsible?
Great question. So dog attacks all over the island. Ocean View is a big issue, but Puna, but everywhere. So what are we doing, animal control, to make sure that our dog owners are held responsible for these dog attacks?
Thank you for your question. It's actually very poignant for this particular time. With some changes at the state level, there's been some new rules and some new laws that have passed for dangerous dogs. Those laws are actually meant to hold the owners accountable more for those dogs that they raise, and unfortunately aren't managed very well. And so with 711, 11-40 through 48, it's gonna change the basically what we do for animal control when it comes to those dogs. So right now, we wait a lot for things to go through the prosecutor's office. It takes time, and a lot of the time, those dogs end up staying in our facilities for sometimes up to a year. And so with the new changes, we can actually put the restrictions back on the owner and hold them responsible, do continuous rechecks, make sure that those dogs are confined and managed properly. And if not, then we have the right to take those dogs away and hold the person accountable for those dogs. So things are changing. Those laws take effect July 1st. So right now we are basically doing what we've done in the past, but things will change coming pretty soon.
Great question. Thank you. Here.
Just following
curious, just your administration, what you guys are going to be doing to protect the process.
Okay. So here's a question for you. If President Trump makes an executive order to militarize the police, basically he's just bypassing state law, or what will be our response to that? What would we do to protect the due process rights of our and everybody else's inalienable rights? Okay. That's a good question. I mean, this is a question that we've never received yet. So maybe our attorney, Renee, take it away.
Yeah, it's yeah. No, thank you. It's really, I know, scary for a lot of people, frustrating to watch what's happening on the national landscape. But, you know, as the chief said, we are not empowered or trained to enforce federal law, especially immigration type laws. So even though there's been an executive order that has come out, the police right now is not going to be enforcing that, you know, immigration.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we've been a state that always pushed back, right? The good thing about Hawaii is we get the Pacific Ocean to buffer us from some of the craziness that's happening on the continent, right? So we hear you. Thank you, Renee. All right, hey, question for Talmadge. So somebody said they're putting something up on Scenic. Is that a siren? Is that a siren? There's a Clarence Lumwan Park. Is that county or state?
I'll have to check on that. I know we've put up new sirens in Waikōloa and repaired some that were under disrepair for a long time. They're going to come out to, I guess, Kona Paradise, assess that area to see where a siren will go out there. They'll repair the Milili'i siren, but Kona Scenic, I'm not sure about right now. I can track that down.
Okay. Also, heads up. So Milili'i, just so if anybody gets family in Milili'i, just know this. We went down 3 times to Milili'i to talk to the residents there, right? And we finally agreed upon a plan, because prior administration wanted to move forward on a plan that they didn't agree with. So we took food down, we talked stories, and it was like, okay, how do you want us to help you? And so so now I'm so happy to announce, Michelle, that they're going to get their brand new bathroom, they're going to get their brand new play court, they're going to get their brand new pavilion, and for good measure, we're going to add on playground. So Milili'i is super happy now. So if you get family down there, awesome for Milili'i. Okay. We're going to go with, one question back there. See? Okay. One more. We got about 4 more minutes. Go. Mana.
The question is, what can the administration do about the e-bike issue that we're having?
Oh.
Youngsters riding going through the highway and fingering the people that are...
That's some good questions. So Mana said, hey, what are we going to do about the e-bikes? So you get all these kids... These Generation X, I don't know what generation we're on now, but they just on these e-bikes and they causing havoc. Is that illegal or legal, or Chief Ben?
And fingering car drivers.
Hey, and they're still showing the car drivers the middle finger. Uncle Mana said he take them into his own hands, but I said no, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, Chief Ben.
So depending on how much horsepower or how much power the electric bike has, it's either considered what you would think, like a bicycle that has a battery that can help you along, like assisted, or it's considered, believe it or not, a moped based on the amount of horsepower. So it's really complicated because the law in the county and the law in the state, none of that matches up with how the manufacturers are building the things. So we actually have state grant money to bring state and county lawmakers after the session. I think in June or July, in the middle of June, we're going to have a one-day e-bike summit here on Hawaii Island for the whole state that we got state DOT money to pay for, so free, to sit everybody down with the manufacturers, and also the Hawaii Bicycling League is going to help to kind of navigate this forum so that we can hopefully come up with a match and make it really clear and easy to understand. Because right now, it's all over the place, and it's which makes it really hard for the officers on the road to figure out whether what they see is legal or illegal or not. And based on the model or the manufacturer, it might be legal or it might be illegal, depending on what it's very, very complicated. So it's something that's very front of mind for us. And like I said, we've set up this statewide summit for June out in Waikōloa. And what I hope is that we can leave there with some sort of guidance for the county council members and the state lawmakers to have these laws align with what the bikes actually are. And then we can figure out, again, from the law side, where we want to allow them and where we don't want to allow them. But right now it's really hard because there are no really good regulations. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief Ben. Okay, last question from wonderful, how you say that? Beretta. Thank you so much for being here. We're here because of you, you know. How old are you?
11. What school you go? I go like Christian school, but.
All right, Beretta. Thank you so much for being here. Her question is to Clayton Honma. So she's happy that, you know, East Hawaii get one zoo. So when West Hawaii gonna get one zoo? Clayton.
So thank you for the question, Beretta. You know, that's a very good suggestion, right? Getting a zoo on this side of the island. So there's many different challenges with that. One is finding the property to do that, you know, and getting all the proper permits. We already have a zoo in Hilo. There's not a zoo in Kauai, I believe, or in Maui. But something that we can think about, though, absolutely in the future, to maybe think about finding some property here. But that'll be like a long-range plan for the time being. But very good suggestion. Thank you for that.
Right, and you know, our Hilo East Hawaii Zoo is, we're trying our best with the animals, but if you go hunting, you might find some more exotic animals than in our own zoo. So it's just saying. But hey, we like leave you guys 30 minutes to hit up any one of our. So if you get a finance question, budget, you can ask Diane. If you get attorney question, you can ask Renee. Economic development, water, planning, Michelle or Jeff. Housing questions, you can ask Kea'au. You guys already know Neil. Hey, questions on sustainability, about our environment, you can ask Laura. Of course, animal control, our fire chief can answer questions about fire mitigation. Talmadge can answer questions, civil defense, disaster preparedness, Talmadge, wastewater, solid waste. We do have some issues on the solid waste side, Middle East side, right? No enough staffing for every day. You could ask them that. IT, Corey, we got our county council person here, Michelle, who's advocating for you folks. And of course, wow, hey, new face. Hey, anything with bus routes and everything, you can ask Casey, and of course, Parks and Recreation, Melissa or Clayton. So we're going to end now, but we're not going to go away. We're going to take your personal questions, so help yourself with the food out there. Thank you, Lions Club, for the food. We appreciate you folks. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Aloha.